Hey, Yvonne here, succession planning expert, executive coach, and the creator of Succession app. Today I'm going to tell you the story. I thought I wanted to be CEO. A CEO knew that he was going to be retiring within the next 3 years. So he thought, I should formalize my CEO succession plan. So he enlisted the help of his board to first of all come up with the competencies that they would be looking for in a future CEO. Then what he did was he had a conversation with his executives and he asked them if any of them were interested in developing their skills and abilities in pursuit of the potential CEO opening in the future. All of the executives said they'd like to develop. So he helped them create development plans over the next 2 years. Now, one of the executives thought she should be the person who would automatically get the CEO role. The reason for that is the last 2 CEOs who were hired into the role were promoted from within, and she had applied for the position at that point, but she also had less tenure than they did. Now, she had more tenure than all the other executives. So she was under the understanding that she should automatically get the role. Well, the CEO went through the process over the next 2 years of creating the succession plan, developing all of the executives, and then when it came time to do the interview process and go through the search process, he asked which of the executives were interested. 3 of them, including her, said, I'm interested in the position. The board enlisted the help of a search firm, and the search firm interviewed those 3 internal candidates as well as the board and some external candidates. In the end, they actually hired one of her colleagues, one of the internal candidates. Her response to him getting the position was, thank God, I really didn't want to be CEO. So what are some of the issues that you hear in this story? First of all, what motivated her to actually apply for the position if she didn't really want it? Did she feel pressure because she had the tenure at the organization? Did she feel pressure from employees? Sometimes employees have a favorite person and they want them to apply for a position. Was it the job of the CEO to figure out the motivation of all of the internal candidates? What would have happened if she would have been the top candidate for the board? And what if she would have accepted the position? What if she would have gotten the position, accepted the position, and then found out that she was not interested in being the CEO? So this does happen more often than you think. I have other examples of organizations where there are executives who think they do feel pressure. Maybe they've been tagged as the next CEO by the current CEO for years. And then it comes to that time and they're like, I don't want to be CEO, but now I feel pressure because the old CEO was grooming me to be the new CEO. But luckily, a lot of these people will say at that point, no, I'm not interested. If you find yourself in a situation like this, this is what you can do. First of all, make sure you're talking to your internal candidates about what the roles and responsibilities and the competencies are of the CEO role. Make sure they understand them and that they have some motivation. There are times when people do say at the beginning of a process, like when, this process started 3 years prior, it is common for people to say, maybe I would be interested. And so they develop But then when it comes down to it, they have to know whether they're actually interested or not. Also, do formal CEO succession planning. It's very, very important. Some people think it's okay just to do informal. Like in my mind, I think these people would be good, but that's not actually doing formal succession planning and helping them develop the skills that they need. Involve a succession planning firm or a search firm in your process. Sometimes they can help you identify people who are maybe motivated for the wrong reasons. And then ask the right questions during the interview process. I've included below a handout on steps to the CEO succession planning process. So if you find yourself looking for information about how to put together a CEO succession planning process, click the link below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below to get information on succession planning, what you need to know.